Yeah, yeah, hey, hey, oh. Oh, 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 who opens doors that I cannot see? Jesus will. Jesus will. Oh, who will make all my decisions for me? Jesus will. Oh, Jesus will. Who opens doors? Say, who opens doors that I cannot see? Jesus, Jesus will. Jesus will. Jesus will. Who will make all my decisions? Will make all for me. My decisions. Yes, He will. For me. Jesus will. Jesus will. Yes, He will. Jesus will. Come on, let me hear you say it. Say when I'm in trouble. When I'm in trouble. He gives me a song. In the night season. In the night season. And all the day long. Then who makes me do right? Who makes me do right? When I would do wrong. Yeah. Yes, He will. Jesus will. Come on, everybody, say it with us. When I'm in trouble. When I'm in trouble. He gives me a song. And in the night season. In the night season. And all the day long. Oh, then who makes me do right? Who makes me do right? When I would do wrong. Oh, yeah. I know He will. Come on, give me the swag on. Everybody say, oh yeah. Jesus will. I know He will because He said He will. Oh yeah. Jesus will. I know He will. I know He said He will. He said He will. He'll fight my battle. He'll fight my battle. If I keep still. If I keep still. I know that He will. I know He will. Jesus will. Come on, everybody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't like to everybody bring on. I know He will because He said He will. Oh yes. Jesus will. Jesus will. I know He will. I know He will. He said He will. He said He will. He'll fight my battle. He'll fight my battle. If I keep still. If I keep still. If I keep still. I know that He will. Jesus will. Come on, everybody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do you really believe? I know He will. Oh yeah. Jesus will. I said, I know He will. I know He will. I know He will. I know He will. Do you really believe it? I know he will because he said he will. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Say, I know he will. 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 Tell somebody, I know he will. I know he will. Because he said he will. He said he will. He said he will. He said he will. He'll fight my battle. He'll fight my battle. He'll fight my battle. He'll fight my battle. I ain't gotta say I'm on the word. I don't have to say I'm on the word. Won't he will? Won't he will? Everybody say, everybody say, yeah. Everybody say, he'll fight my battle. He'll fight my battle. If I keep still. If I keep still. If I keep still. I'm not gonna cry no more. I know that he will. Yeah, I know. I know that he will. Hey, yeah. I know that he will. Everybody in the building say, Jesus will. Jesus will. Yeah. Oh, for I know Jesus will. For I know, yeah, Jesus will. Everybody say, for I know Jesus come on, everybody, say it like you mean. I don't see y'all saying it. I can't see his hand. Get a partner, come on, celebrate. Hello, and welcome. If you are chiming in from Facebook Live or my YouTube page or anybody sharing on this page, click like and click share. That's right, click like, click share. Make sure you subscribe and all that good stuff. I am Tanya Evans Barnes, and this is another episode of 369 So Much More Than Travel. I would like to welcome you and I would encourage you to click like, click share. If you are chiming in, go ahead at any given time. Go ahead and make sure you give us a shout out. Give me a shout out. Let me know where you at, where you're chiming in from. That was Anita Wilson, and she was singing Jesus Will. And I say, yes, he will. Won't he will? Yes, he will. That is my song for the day. That's my theme song. That's what I woke up to. I've been playing that song all day because I'm telling you, God is doing great things. And Jesus will do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think according to the power that works in us. Because he put it there. That's Ephesians 3 verses 20 and 21. And what I want to talk about today is the why that'll want to make you cry. The why that'll make you cry. What are you doing in life if it's not big enough, if you're not striving to do better and do greater? What are you actually doing? It's time for us to stop existing. It's time for us to live. And who else is gonna come on today? Today's a special day on this Tuesday, this Transparency Tuesday. And I'm gonna bring in my co-host, my sister from another mister. one-star director Sasha Roberts, all the way out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. She gonna come on to the screen. Hey, sis.
Hey, sis.
Good afternoon, good evening, and somewhere wherever you at in the world, good morning. How are you doing today?
Wonderful and improving.
Fantastic and always improving. You ready to talk about your why today
Um,
on this Transparency Tuesday? Because that's
so
what we talking about today.
I'm never ready to cry, actually, but I'm
We ain't
always
gonna cry.
ready to talk about my why.
Yeah, we ain't
So
gonna cry today.
we
Look, I
gonna
ain't
try
got
to
no. Yeah,
cry
we
today.
big girls. We big girls now, and we have a special guest today. She's also a one-star director in this amazing company that we are a part of. I met her. I can call her sis. I met her through this company, and she is not even too far from me. She's out of Kingston, North Carolina. I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina. She's out of Kingston, not Jamaica, but Kingston, North Kakalaki. And I'm going to bring Miss Lisa Simmons to the broadcast on today. This is our first guest, actually. So, woo, 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 woo. And
Wow.
kudos
Hey,
to you
Lisa.
for wanting to come and chime in on, chime in with us and hang out with us for a little bit today. This is, if you just chiming in, I see this eye on the thing that, lets you know when people is chiming in and sending hearts. So I see you looking. Go ahead and give me a shout out. Let me know where you looking in from, where you're lurking from, if you're lurking and stuff like this. But you in the place, in the space, in the right place at the right time, because what we talking about on here is some good old fashioned transparency, some good old fashioned facts. I'm in, I just love this company. So we're gonna start with Miss Lisa. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And
Okay. Hello.
yeah, let's start with that. Let's start with something simple, because we were just gonna ring. We just gonna it's freestyle on transparency on Tuesday. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and where you calling
Well,
in from and
well,
all
okay
that
then.
stuff.
Can you hear me? Can you
Loud
hear
and
me?
clear. Loud
Oh,
and clear.
okay. Well, my name is Lisa Simmons, and I am coming from North Carolina, Kinston, North Carolina. Yeah. And but born and raised in Virginia. So I always have to give Virginia a shout out, you guys. I am honored. I'm very honored to be on your show tonight, and I am a mother. I am a grandmother of six. Um, yeah, six. And a great grandmother of one. Yes. And
Gigi
but
Ware.
yeah, I am a great grandmother. But yeah, that's simple. That's simple enough.
Yeah,
You went on mute, sis. There you
I'm be going too fast. That's straight to the point. We have a lot in common. I'm a mother. Sasha's a mom. Shell Campbell chiming in. Hey sis, but Sasha's a mom. I'm a grandma. Sasha's not a grandma yet, but she got some she got some cheering. I see. Shout out to Tara Mack is in the house. Hey Miss Mack. But yeah, so why did you decide that you wanted to join Travorium? Because we
Okay,
are partners in Travorium.
I heard you all say that this was is Transparent Tuesday, and you
Yes,
guys pledged that you would not cry, right?
we
But
not crying today.
and what is the title of the show?
Your why that makes you want to cry.
Oh, wow. Well,
But we ain't
well,
crying. But we not
not
crying
yet.
today.
Yeah, I
Not
can't
yet.
even
But hey,
promise.
grab it. Look, if you look, grab a tissue. I do have my standby tissue just in case, because hey, life be life and everybody, and people always, what I've learned from experiences, people like to talk about the good and everything, but they don't tell us the backstory. I got people on my thing when I do my lives. I want your life. I want your life. Do you really want my life? So that's why I love Tuesdays, and God gave me transparency, and I'm a very, as you know, a very transparent person. So I love, the reason why, like, should I start with my why? Do you want to hear my why? Because I was gonna leave my why for the last, so I could, really not cry. I was gonna see, but hey, I got my little tissue right here, my little TT tissue. It's all right. Because crying is a cleanse for me. So,
Right.
sometimes I be crying tears of joy. So why, just speak from the heart.
Okay, because transparency is really not my strong suit. However, you asked why did I decide to join this travel club that we're in. My whys have changed so
Mm-hmm.
many times being in this travel club, and I've just gone through another change or shifting, if
Mm-hmm.
you want to say it that way. But initially, I joined this travel club because I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. It was something that I've longed for ever since I was a kid, to be able to do that. And when I heard about this club, I, for one, did not hesitate. I knew it was something that I wanted to do and that I was going to do. However, I did not understand all the opportunities that it will offer me, all the opportunities, all the doors that it would open for me. I just saw travel, but it's so much more than travel. And I think I heard you say that, Tanya, that it's so
Yep.
much more than travel. And so, I have been in this business this is my 4th year, and I have traveled to so many different places.
Tell us about
However,
some of them places.
I'm gonna dwell on my recent trip. So as long as I've been in this business, I've talked about Africa, about going to Africa, wanting to go to Africa, longing for Africa. It's just something Africa has been calling me for years, you guys. I can remember being a little girl studying about Africa, talking about Africa, to the point my dad was like, if I had the money, I would pack you up
Right.
and send you to Africa. However, I'm so grateful for this business, for this opportunity, that it opened that door for me finally, for the first time, to be able to step my feet in Africa, not just in a book, not just documentaries, not just watching it on
Right.
TV, not just listening to somebody else's story, but to physically and to step myself into that continent, the motherland, and I do get
Wow.
emotional. This is my transparent moment, but
Right.
my why has evolved from just wanting to travel to understanding what this business offer us, the freedom in
Right.
so many different areas that this business offers us, and on my trip, my trip to Africa, my siblings went with me, my brother-in-law. God opened
Wow.
so many doors, you guys. It wasn't just the excursions that we went on, but the people that we met,
Mm-hmm.
the people who opened their doors to us and called us daughters and called us
Right.
sons, and allowed us to sit in their presence and to hear their stories. The church that just took us in and just welcomed us, and allow us, to share with them. The ability to be able to go into the different townships. And I like to tell this, you know, God, he already knows. And that song said, who opens
Mm-hmm.
doors, right? That we can,
Yes.
I would have
Yes.
never been able to have seen this door open. My sister went to Africa and I was supposed to have gone in February. But I like to say that she paved the way. She
Mm-hmm.
went, when she got there, their Uber driver didn't show up. So the lady that they were talking to, she worked at the airport. She called an Uber driver for them, and there happened to be another Uber driver standing there. And he said, I'll take him. And they were getting ready to go with this Uber driver. She said, no, 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 no.
Right.
She said, I don't know him. The man that I'm calling, I know. And
okay.
God just opened that door. His name is Cliff. The guy that came, his name is Cliff. Cliff came, picked my brother and my sister up. He offered his service to carry them wherever they needed to go the whole time that they were there. And so they formed a bond with Cliffy. And this time around, I initially was going to go by myself. And my sister had already, set everything in motion for him to pick me up at the airport. He was going to give me the same treatment that he gave them, carry me wherever I needed to go.
Look at God.
to make sure that I was safe, But 4 of us arrived at the airport together. He picked all 4 of us up. He carried us. I mean, he was like a bodyguard or security. I don't know, or a brother or daddy or whatever. He was there. He
part of the family.
Yeah. And so he has become our brother. We got to meet his wife, his children. We got to meet Pastor Phillips, his entire family, his mother, his wife, his children, Vincent, who has actually been here in the States. He and his wife sang in Carnegie Hall. They've created a song, you guys, and their song is #1 on the charts. It's just so amazing. And now God is opening doors for ministry, so God's way is so far beyond our ways, you all. But to be able to go into the townships, we saw where the rich live, we saw where the middle class live, and we went to the shanties where the poor and the poorer than poor where they live, and to see this, and to be able to commune and break bread with different people on different levels, it just opened my eyes to see that there is so much more to do, and this business, Travorium, it has changed in a way for me that it opens doors for so many more opportunities, not just in my community, but in other parts of the world, and just, when I was at the church, one of the sisters, they have this sisters group, and some things seem so minute to us. Some things seem so, because we take a lot of things for granted, right? So they started this sister program, and they were at the end of this month, actually, they're on their way to, I think it's Tanzania. They're on their way to Tanzania, a group of women, and they are, they have a organization or a project. It's called, it's something, period, something, but it's about young women, menstrual cycles who have no sanitary, they have no sanitary anything,
we donate,
so
they donate and stuff like that.
Exactly. And that sounds like something that's so small, right? However, this project has reached into the UK, it's reached into other countries, and other countries have jumped on board and have become a part of this. And they just started with a small group of women. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it has extended, it has stretched, so no matter where you are, even in this business, no matter where you are, I'm still a director. You said 1 star.
Okay, my bad.
I'm still a director in this business. So no matter where you are in this business, or where you are in life, you start right where you are. You got to start somewhere. A light bulb comes on right where you are. Or a door opens that's and God show you a revelation. He gives you a revelation, or he reveals some things to you that is too big for you to
to even
Um,
handle, yeah,
right, you can't handle
or
it. So it
comprehend, right?
exactly. And but it takes him to make it happen. And he sends the people, he sends the tools, but he wants to use you. You know, he wants to use you, Tanya. He wants to use you, Sasha. He wants to use
Mm-hmm.
Lisa. He wants to use whoever is watching this. All he wants is a willing vessel, you know.
Yes. Use
And
me,
so
Lord.
this why of mine, you know, it has caused me to grow like maybe like 50 feet higher. I feel, you know. And
Right.
I mean,
Right.
I really can't. If somebody gave said take a trillion words to explain, Lisa, I couldn't do it.
Right.
I couldn't explain what I'm feeling on the inside. I can't explain the feeling of something more, something greater um is about to
Yes.
happen. Explosion is about to take place in me, around me, you know, through me, or you know, whatever. But it's all
Yes.
connected to
It's definitely.
Trevorium. It's
Yes.
all connected to
Now,
Trevorium.
let me ask you a question before I ask this question. If you are just tuning in, we are talking about our why that will make you cry. So this is Lisa Simmons. She's been to Africa and she's been to a lot of different places. And now let me ask you, have you ever been to Africa before Trevorium?
Ask me that question again.
Have you ever been to Africa before Trevorium?
Only in my dreams.
And because you didn't go, like, why, I mean, what was the reason why you didn't go before?
Money, income, know-how, no resources. I just didn't have the resources or the knowledge of how to do. I didn't have the tools.
Right. And it was, us, like me, I usually before Trevorium, I like to talk about my life like before Trevorium, after Trevorium. So but before Trevorium, I did a lot of Priceline, Expedia, price comparison that way. Because like you said, you just don't know what you don't know. But then when I got into this business, it was I mean, like, to have it all, everything that you need, not just for your hotel stay, anything that you want to do while you there, any restaurants, I mean, anything in that area that you want to do is right there in the palm of your hands. Now, I'm nosy, and this is Transparency Tuesday, so I want to ask you, how long were you in Africa, and how much did it cost you?
Well, we have what we call an incentive um, trip, and my incentive trip allowed me
Mm-hmm.
to go for free. I only had to pay the
Mm-hmm.
taxes. The taxes were $77 for 5 days and 4 nights. However, I stayed an extra day, so that was an extra $70 for. So for 6 days and 5 nights, I was in Africa for $147.
Oh, okay. $147. Now, I'm just curious. Did you actually see, like, okay, $147 in Africa. A person that don't know no better would be like, well, where did you stay? Like, was it like a roach, like a hut? Or I mean, because I mean, look, I'm just being honest because I've always wanted to go to Africa, and I plan on going. That is my life list, and that's what we were talking about too, life list. Because I don't like to call it, the kick the bucket list. Bucket list, I don't like it. It's like a life list. So while I'm alive and all the living I'm doing, these are the places that I choose to go. And I had seen one time in our back office on a getaway where I could go to Africa for like $89. And a picture is worth, and that's for the whole entire 8 days, 7 nights, $89. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I'm wondering, like, you don't have to say the name of the hotel you were at, but like, it talk about the hotel. Where were you at? I mean, was it I mean,
Well,
talk about that hotel.
let me first say we were in Cape Town. So we were in Cape Town,
Okay.
and the hotel, the hotel that we were in, my brother-in-law, he looked at me, he said, you did good, sis. You know, the hotel was huge. And I understand what you're saying, because when a lot of people, a lot of my friends, once they knew that I had gone to Africa, they thought, they you know what we see on TV, and
Right.
that's what they imagine. However, when I began, I'm like, it's like you're in New York City or DC or somewhere. The city life, it's amazing. The buildings, but we were in an amazing hotel. I mean, the hotel was so huge, you guys, and it had businesses all in the hotel, so we didn't have to go far. We had the restaurants in the hotel. Of course, we had I got to work out some. My brother made me work out with him some, but it was so
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
amazing. Everyone was so kind, and the thing about it is, for some reason, they love Americans. And so when they found out that we were from the US, it was as though we were celebrities, you guys. The only thing they didn't ask us to do was sign autographs. Yeah. But it was just amazing. And the mall, my sister, she has a shopping fetish. I'm not about
Right.
shopping, but no matter where we go, she has to shop. So we probably were at the mall 3 or 4 times. While she was shopping, I was eating, but
I was doing a lot of that.
yeah.
When
Yes,
I
but
take trips, I make
the
sure
mall
I
is
eat. I
huge.
eat. Yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah.
mall
So
was
yeah. So
the
you came back with
huge.
some souvenirs.
Did I come back with souvenirs?
Yeah.
I bought I'm not a real souvenir person. I'm thrifty, I like the experience. But
Right.
my idea of souvenir is a little weird than some people. I don't do a lot of shopping, but I have this fetish. I collect rocks. I do. I collect rocks no matter where I go. It's just something about rocks. And so I did bring back a couple of rocks. I bought back
Okay.
I
Some
bought
rocks
I
from
bought a couple
Africa.
of people some things back. I'm the one that, if you don't ask me to bring you anything back, I'm not bringing anything. But
Right.
if you ask me, then yeah, I will bring some things back. But yeah, it was an experience of a lifetime, and I actually got to go to the what was it, where Nelson Mandela stood and said
Wow.
his speech. And when we got there, the Cliff, he was like, we were taking pictures from the street, and it was Parliament, and we were taking pictures from the street, and I looked up and saw the statue of Mandela, and I was like, I want to go up there because I wanted to stand where he stood,
Right.
And he said, the gate is locked. They have the gate locked. I said, but I want to go up
Want to go?
there, you know. And so he said, okay, come on. So we went inside Parliament, and he spoke to the lady. He said, I have American guests here, and that's all he had to say. And they got busy, right? And he was
Wow.
like, could we go up there? And she wants to take a picture by the statue of Nelson Mandela. And so she
Whoa.
called the guards. They opened the gate. They allowed me to go up there. I went up there. My brother, he went up there, and I stood there beside Nelson Mandela. And my sister,
Whoa.
she was on the street looking up, taking pictures. And I held my hand up like this, like Nelson Mandela had his, posing. And then I just happened to look down, and in his other hand, he had a script. They had a script of his speech. And
In
so
the
without even
Wow.
thinking, I just started quoting the speech, and I could literally hear my voice ringing out, you know,
So
and
everybody
thinking,
heard you.
and people actually began gathering, you know, at the bottom,
Wow.
and people began gathering and you know, and was telling me how I was to hold my hand up, and I was, and it was like, I was like, I'm telling you, I was blown away, you guys. Here it is. This is
Wow.
where Nelson Mandela stood, where there were so many people out there, and from what Cliffy was telling us, you, it was like miles and miles and miles of people, with millions of people were standing on top of buildings, you know,
Wow.
to hear his speech. But to actually stand there where this
Where
man
he was
stood,
at.
and to know the story of Nelson Mandela, and just to quote those words, and I know that was God. For
Nothing
he
but.
I always say God is my daddy, you know, and daddy,
That's what I
he
call him.
right, and he takes care of his, you
Yes,
know,
he
to keep it,
does.
you know. I always tell people I'm the apple of his eye, you know, and so he takes care of me, and you know, like him showing me a, I love horses, like him showing me a horse in the middle of the day, just come riding down the
Wow.
street. Sometimes he loves us so much that he'll give us little gifts, you know,
Yes, he
and for
will.
him to send the people while I was there experiencing, just doing something that I've always wanted to do, and for him to send the people to stand at the foot, you know, of that area and just begin to shout while I was giving that speech.
Right.
That's something I'll never forget. And
Right.
it's only because of Trevorium that I was able to have that experience.
Wow. The way you explain it, the passion in your voice, I'm like, I want to do that. Never thought of I wanted to go, stand at Nelson Mandela, but to be able to, like, you see stuff on TV and you hear stuff in the news, and to see historical places where they stand, and you get to stand in that place. It's, I mean,
Right.
like, it's absolutely amazing. Sasha, you can chime in at any given time, but because I don't be meaning to take over. I just
No,
don't be
it's
like
okay. I was
I see
listening to
you,
Lisa
yeah.
and handling children in the background at the same time. But I just
So
love to
yeah.
hear that Cape Town story. The first time you told it about going to where Nelson Mandela gave his speech, I was like, we got to get her on our call because it's just amazing to hear the experience and, like she said, the excitement in your voice from just seeing a different culture.
So, like, okay, so Sasha, your turn. Why? Why, Sasha? Why? Why did you pick Travoria?
You go first. Why did you pick
Okay, you want me?
Trevor?
So okay, so when before I picked Trevorium, well, actually, Trevorium picked me, if I could say that, because before Trevorium, my life was not the light that you see now was not there. Let's just say that I was in a dark place when Trevorium came along. I had just lost my son, and no job. I've been unemployed. I ain't worked a job since 2013, March 4th, 2013, and it's like the best decision ever. But I've been in different shifts in my life, and I like to better explain it and like speed it, like fast forward to through everything. I like to look at my life as the book of Job. If in the book of Job, if you don't know the story on Facebook, if you don't know the story, you want to, this is what you want to pick up, because when you're going through things and you think, why me, why me, why me, later on, once you get through them, you be like, why not me? So I'm at the part now in my life where God has restored everything that the enemy had stole from Job, basically. So, I mean, my son had just died, 19 years old. He was murdered. But before that, my brother had got killed. Something about them doggone friends, and protecting people that just that's just who they was. So I know where my brother and my son is at. But I just was like, look, I don't. Why do I have to pay for food? This is how I talk to my daddy. Lord, why I gotta pay for food? And if I'm not healthy and nourished, then I can't be successful, and then I can't go to work. But why I got to pay for lights? Because if I ain't got no lights, and I can't, cook no food. Like, why? But why I gotta pay for the stuff that we need to live and sustain? And I quit. I'm tired of it. But then what realized is that the bills, they just keep on coming. They don't care about what you got going on in your life. And since I was refusing to go back to work because mentally I couldn't, mentally and physically, because I had been shot, put like this, you name it, it done happened to me. And I used to didn't like life at that time. Before Trevorium, life wasn't worth living, until I just gave it all to him. I said, look, I'm just gonna buckle up my seatbelt and enjoy the ride. I don't know what you gonna do. I don't know how you gonna do it, but I'm gonna need you to do it. Like that song, Lord, do it for me. I was singing that song all day long, like, Lord, do it for me. I was doing it because I was doing everything that the word was saying, and then I was doing my own thing, and I was like, look, I done did it my way all this time. Apparently I'm doing it wrong, so I'm just gonna do what he tell me to do. And what I've learned, and in my 46 years of living and walking on this earth, I've learned that, hey, life is gonna happen. It's how you gonna respond. So I was that person. I was taking them. I was just taking the licks, and they just kept on ticking. They just kept on coming in until finally, after my son, I was like, "You better do something different, or I'm finna lose my mind up in here, up in here." And I like it's Lord, like what the Bible say, when He do it for you, He gonna do it suddenly. Suddenly. I mean, it literally happened suddenly. I was just coming back from visiting from a trip, because I'm from originally from Cleveland, but I've been living in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, since 2005. Done been homeless. Matter of fact, okay, I wasn't homeless when I got into divorce, but I didn't have no job, so I didn't have no money. I didn't have no job, but I knew that I needed to, something different. So this guy, friend of the family, came by the house, and I had just came back from visiting my grandma, and she's in a nursing home, so I'm always back and forth to Cleveland visiting. But I don't want to just go back. It's other places out there. I've served my country. I've been in the military, so I've traveled, but I didn't travel in war zones and stuff like that. It wasn't vacation when I was in the military. It wasn't vacation going to see my grandma. It just wasn't vacation, but I was still going, and my bag was still packed at the door because I was still getting ready to go back up there. And this guy, a friend of my brother's, he was like, "Hey, you like to travel? You want a free trip? You look like you need a vacation." And I was like, "Free?" All I heard was free at first. And then I had a conversation, and I met a lovely young man by the name of Pastor Mel Keys, and I had he's a 3-star director. And then I ain't hear from oh boy no more. I got my free trip. I had booked my free trip to Daytona Beach, Florida. That's where it began for me. I went to Daytona Beach, Florida for 4 days, 3 nights. It cost, and I did one of them free incentive trips. That was my first free incentive trip, and it was $59.10 for 4 days, 3 nights. And I was like, okay, okay, I ain't have to watch no timeshare. I said, okay, okay. But I remember having a good conversation with Pastor Mel Keys, and I had to ask him. I was like, now this is transparency Tuesday, y'all. So I had to ask him. I said, "Is you one of them lying pastors?" I asked him. I said, "You ain't one of them lying pastors, is?" Because what he was saying to me was like, that saying, saying too good to be true. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, so you mean to tell me everything he was saying? I was just like, so let me reiterate to make sure I'm hearing you clearly. You mean to tell me I can do if I do this and this, that, and the third, and whoop de whoop de whoop. So that was a free trip, and I was like, okay. I did a look. It had a beachfront room. It was really nice. It was really nice. But for $59.10, less than $60, 4 days, 3 nights. So I said, okay, let me try this again. Then I did because what I decided, I was like, I'm gonna get in on the middle level because I blow that anyway. I blow $70 a month anyway. Eating out. I like to eat out and everything. When he was telling me that everything that I was doing anyway, I could write some of it off. I was like, I said, let me make this straight. Y'all gonna give me because the company was giving they give me $100 a month to shop. And I get discounts off restaurants and discounts off tickets. Because when I went to Daytona Beach, Florida, it was me and my husband's anniversary, and we did the medieval times. Found tickets in my back office for the medieval times. That was really nice, and I was like, okay, okay. And all I gotta do is share this stuff. And I said, you mean to tell me this, that, and the third? And I was like, see, I'm saying this, that, and the third because you're gonna have to reach out to one of these ladies that you see on this screen or anybody that shared this video on their page. You need to get back with them to figure out what's that and this and that I'm talking about to get the full picture or get on one of these Zooms. But anywho, I did a getaway and I was sold because I got in on Titanium. I started it off on Titanium. And then people that know me was looking like, how she what you know how they be lurking on your page and don't say nothing. But I know they was thinking, how she that girl ain't got no job. She ain't had no job. How she doing all this, that, and the third? And then this one guy, my partner, Philip Chase, shout out to Philip Chase. He was like, I didn't know him from a can of paint. He lived in Philadelphia. And he seen me on a presentation with Pastor Mel because I do the presentation with Pastor Mills on Mondays, and he was like, "Sign me up. I don't need to see nothing else. Just sign me up." So after that, I did a getaway. Look, I'm definitely a product of my product. 39 vacations that I've already taken in 3 years since being in this company that I've been able to write off, and all the 400. Shout out to one of our ambassadors, Cynthia Sly, because look, when she told me about the tax write-offs, it's like put like this. Since being in this company, before Trevorium, I was, sowing my seed. That's what I say. I was sowing my seed. Now that I made the decision to get in Trevorium, I'm reaping the harvest. And just because I'm a one-star director in the business, thus far. And of course, I'm going towards ambassador. But just because I'm not where I want to be, just like you said, just because I'm not where I want to be in the business, doors have been opening. Matter of fact, doors, windows been opening, and because I was like, Lord, when you do it, I needed to be like a super casual, fragilistic, SBI blessing, so that the people will know that it's you. It ain't got nothing to do with me. So when the song that I picked, Gil, all day, every day, because he's the provider, he's the lifter, he's my everything. I love my daddy. I be telling when people have an issue, I be like, hey, take it over my daddy. Tell my daddy. Tell my daddy. Shout out to Marcy Thomas. Good evening, Chad. We need to get you on here. That's one of our partners in crime on the Friday night lives that we be doing on Friday night, of course, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. And I'm sorry, I don't know what it is in the UK because I think it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Because we global. We in over 60 countries now worldwide. My why was more so financial reasons, because the money that could be made having this business. At first, like you said, Miss Lisa, my goals, my why changes. But I noticed when my son got killed, his murderer, he didn't, there was no consequences, no repercussions thus far, because his dad, his not his dad, but his brother played for the NFL. So my why for getting into the company, I was like, because I'm gonna need that R. Kelly money. I'm gonna need that Michael Jackson money. I'm gonna need that OJ Simpson money. That way they can they can reopen my son's case. Because we know who did it. I want to get justice for my son. I want to, get my baby. I just ordered his headstone. But before, I didn't even have the money to, bury my baby, let alone get a headstone. So my why was because I wanted to get a headstone for my baby. And plus, I needed to get away because I was going to turn into a serial killer. I was just being honest. I was ready to go ham. I was, like I said, in a really bad, I was not in a good way. The devil almost had me. He almost had me. I'm telling you, he almost, because I've dealt with death all my life. Lost my father when I was 15. He just went to sleep and didn't wake up. Wasn't sick or nothing. He just died at the age of 37. Then my brother, then my stepdad. Now my child. That's a whole different. I was on Mama Bear mode, wanted to shut everything and down. But God, but God. And I told him, when I asked him, I said, "You better do something." I was mad. I didn't say you better do something like that. But the Bible say, "Come as you are," and I literally just was like burlap, tearing off clothes, like I was getting ready to hurt some folks. But the Holy Ghost been holding me ever since and rocking me like this. It's okay. Don't no. This is all my life I had to fight. We ain't got to do that no more. We ain't on that no more. Now with Travorium and the people that I'm connected to, because that saying, birds of a feather flock together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hanging with millionaires now. The zeros is adding up in my bank account. The blessings of the Lord is upon us. Like I'm no longer the borrower. I'm the lender.
Yeah.
No longer the tail. I'm the head. So I'm feeling like Job in this moment in time. I'm getting back my 7 times 7-fold. Everything that the devil stole and some of what I done gave his little stinking self. But yeah, that's my why. My why is to bring justice to the province and help as many people as I can possibly help, but not um how can I say? I like to give the people the tools that I'm using to change my life. And if you don't know who Jesus is as your Lord and personal Savior before Travorium, you gonna know him up in here, because I'm telling you, from the head on down, the oil, God is all up in this business. Because I'm telling you, thing has literally happened in this business that I literally never in a million years would have thought. 39 vacations in 3 years. I'm getting ready to be on my 4th year in Travorium come September. I have 41, 42, 43 on the books vacations. My next vacation. Now, I was supposed to been going somewhere every month this year. And I've been somewhere every month except for August. I was on my way to Minnesota with Sasha. Then I got a set of twins in my life now. So my little toy puppies, executive and chairman Barnes, EB and CB. I got 2 travel companions. So those are 2 new additions. They're gonna be taking their first trip with me in Miami, because Miami is next in September. Puerto Vallarta in October. And that was I didn't I all I had to pay for was my flight. And it's a write-off, y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, when you know better, it's like when you know better, you do better. Cape Town, Africa. I just wrote it down, so that means I'm gonna go there one day. Would you go back, Lisa?
Yes, tomorrow, today, to right now, I long to go back. I'm telling you,
Well,
it's
we're gonna
just
have to
for
coordinate
me.
that so that, yeah, so I can get some love and won't get lost because I ain't trying to have an episode of Taken while I'm in Africa. You know what I mean? Like that movie Take. Now ain't nobody coming to get me, so I'm gonna need to hook up with brother Cliffy. But Sasha, we gonna let you wrap it on up and close us out. Why did you decide to join Travaria?
Okay. So I'm gonna try and keep it short and sweet. But I want to start off by saying, God is all over this business. And like you two ladies said, you may not be where you want to be in the company, but you're where you need to be for the moment. Um, Honestly, what brought me to Travarium was I was planning a wedding, and of course, when you planning a wedding, you need a honeymoon and stuff like that. So we were getting ready to get married, and this was in 2018. 2018 when we were planning the wedding. We got married in 2019. So I got started with Travarium in December of 2018. And I started off doing a few other things. My mind was elsewhere. I was focused in other places. But what initially got me hooked on the travel aspect or being in the travel industry was when I took my son in 2016. Me and my husband, well, we weren't married at the time, but me and my husband, we took our son to Ohio for his cousin's wedding. They were getting married, and when we love to road trip, so we drive everywhere we go, and we drove from Minnesota to Ohio, and it was bittersweet when we were coming home. You know, it was bittersweet because the vacation was ending and we both had to go back to work. And I was a massage therapist for 11 years before I got into Travarium. And even booking that trip to Ohio for the wedding, it was hard because one, finances, and two, the time. You know, we had to take time off in order to take the trip, and you know, we were booking on normal sites like Expedia and Priceline,
Right.
stuff like that. And oh my God, what we spent for that trip compared to what we spend now is not even comparable. Just we spend pennies now, and we spent a couple
Right.
thousand then. Um, but you know, going back to work as a massage therapist, I was in the same four walls all the time. All the time. I was constantly in the same four walls. Sometimes I switched rooms and things like that, but I was in the same four walls. And so while the walls changed and the clients changed, my day to day didn't change. You know, I was sick of
Right.
constantly working and not seeing nothing and not having the time or the money to see the rest of the world. So when I had the opportunity to join Travarium and make an income and work from home and travel and save on my travel, it was a no-brainer. So that's my short why. My phone keeps ringing, so I'm gonna have to send it back over to
Get
you,
that money.
sis.
Look, get that money. See, that's what, and you know what? That's what I love about this company. This is what work look like for me. This I'm in my office right now. When I'm in on a trip, I'm in my office. I'm just at a different location. When I'm in a restaurant, talking to the waitresses and then the waiters, and the bartenders, because once I get up in the restaurant, everybody up in there gonna know about Travarium if they didn't know it. Because hey, that's how I get to write off my meal for that day. Because if as long as you are in pursuit of income, and I'm always in pursuit and looking for partners, new partners, old partners, get back in where you fit in, whatever. You won't be in your same spot, but at least you be in the right place at the right time. So me and Lisa, this special thing about this business, because me and Lisa is on the same team with Pastor Mel. And we get to do things a tad bit differently. So you see that link that is streaming across the stream, the go.yourtimetovacation.com. Because, hey, it is always better to give than receive. So if you see this on Lisa's page, if you know Lisa, go to that link, fill out the information, get on the calendar, have a conversation. You too can get a free vacation. Pick your vacation, watch the video. That's how it happened for me. Somebody gave me a link. I watched the video, I had a conversation, and I got my free trip. No purchase necessary or required. You don't have to join, but hey, we would really like your feedback and tell you what we're doing is phenomenal. It is the best thing smoking. Also, Friday Night Live is always live. So there's the Zoom link for Friday Night Live. And if you see this on anybody's page, go ahead, inbox them, ask them for the information. Also, you can use that same link tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Pacific. And once again, I don't know what it is in the UK, probably like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But hey, if you up anyway, want to get your questions answered, see the presentation in its entirety, you have to get on that Zoom 851-8208-4922, and you have to inbox us, one of the people that you see on their page. Get the password because we got the secret sauce. We can't let it out. This is all paid advertisements on this screen. So we don't want this is for everybody, but everybody's not gonna do that, and we understand that. But hey, if you're traveling anyway or want to travel anyway, and if you don't have this platform, you are wasting your money. I just want to let you know that. Any final words, Queen Lisa, before we say good night to the good folks?
Just like you said, Tanya, if you don't have this platform and you're traveling, you're wasting good money. I just talked to someone who reached out to me about their travel club that we have, the travel membership, because they saw the South African trip that I had gone on. And we were discussing travel. We went to Jamaica. I've gone to so many places. And I think when I went to Jamaica, I think we paid $4.99 for two people. And he was telling me when he went to Jamaica, they paid $6,000 for one person. And when I hear things like that, I like the hair stands on my arm, my head, my neck, my everything. Because even though people think this is so unbelievable, we are doing it, you guys. And I always say, I think what's unbelievable is that people don't believe that God will open a door so that you can have the desire of your heart. And if travel is a desire of your heart, hun, this door has been opened through Travorium.
I know that's right. Well, I thank you so much, and thank you all for chiming in to another episode 369. So much more than travel. I am your hostess, Tanya Evan Barnes, and we will see you at the beach. Good night, everybody.
Hello, my name is Maria Roberts. If you want to travel more and for less, the Travorium memberships give you the best opportunity to travel multiple times a year at prices you won't find anywhere. Our company is in its 11th year of operations with offices in Temecula, California and Madrid, Spain. We have thousands of members globally that enjoy traveling more, traveling better, and traveling for less. There are 3 memberships to choose from to help you save money every time you travel. The Silver membership is $49 one time and $49 a month. The Titanium membership is $129 one time and $69 a month. And the Platinum membership is only $249 one time and $125 a month. All 3 memberships give you access to the lowest hotel prices available. Wholesale prices are lower than Expedia, Booking.com, and all the other online booking sites. You also see car activities, entertainment, shopping, dining, and so more. Our platinum access to the Ghetto and the World's platform, which will allow you to save more. The Ghettos platform gives you access to over 2,000 beautiful resort destinations all across the globe. These vacation stays are typically 8 days and 7 nights and are as low as $100 for the entire week. The World Tours platform provides the top shelf level experience and has no equal. We have a team of travel all over the globe at 2-star prices. You'll unlock the freedom to travel to the most sought after destinations year after year at prices no one else can match. Titanium members also receive 130 points when they enroll and 140 points every month. Platinum members receive 250 points when they enroll and 250 points every month. Points can be exchanged for incredible vacations and allow you to get the very lowest cost vacations in the Getaways and World Tours platform. Prices you won't find anywhere on the internet or with a travel agent. Here are to get the lowest price anywhere. A getaway to fabulous Cabo San Lucas, Mexico for 8 days and 7 nights. Member price is only $4 plus $1,100. How about a land this gorgeous resort in the backyard of Disney World? 8 days and 7 nights for only $59 plus tax when you apply 1,200 points. Let me show you a world tour to Athens, Greece for 5 days and 4 nights. For this trip, only $199 and apply 1,400 points. This tour also includes breakfast every day. Imagine going to an all-inclusive resort destination in Cozumel, Mexico for 5 days and 4 nights for only $299 for the entire stay. For this world tour, you would need 1,600 points. The memberships are so affordable, many purchase 2 platinum memberships and double their vacations and fun. One for you and one for a spouse or significant other. You can also eliminate the monthly subscription by taking advantage of our referral program. It's simple. If you're a platinum member, refer 3 platinum members to the club. It's not required, but many members take advantage of this option. You earn all the membership benefits and without spending any of your money. You can take more 4 and 5-star vacations in 2 years than most people take in 10. You will become a super travel hero for your family, and your friends will think you've won the lottery. Get back with the person who shared this travel club with you today and let them help you create memories that will last a lifetime, and the vacations will keep coming every single year.